Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Lucid. I am joined once again by Maryland,
Hi guys.
and we have a new turn for you. Last episode, we had another huge. I mean, it was almost like, how can we keep having such amazing turns? We had,
Yeah, sorry, you keep doing the summary, but I just wanted to drop in a comment. I thought we were done with the massive monster fights and death
yeah,
for a
at
while.
least in the Pangea Vanheim thing, you would think they'd kind of settled it that they couldn't kill each other, but oh no. Pangea thought they could take that throne back, and Vanheim told them, no, you probably can't. You probably don't have it in the cards. And so that's happening. Also, Pelagia made a kind of Jedi move where he completely isolated one of the Jotunheim forces. And
Oh,
so,
yes, huge. Yeah.
right, he's got a force pinned inside a fort with the other main Jotunheim army unable to come alleviate it. So we're probably going to have a cool battle there this turn. So there's a lot cooking, but what I'm most interested to see this turn is, and we've got some messages from Pangea. I'm most interested to see what Sai or Pangea thinks they're going to do after this, because Pangea is basic in the White Centaur bank account. He is broke. He's got
Yeah, he's toast.
yeah,
He's got to use something other than white centaurs now.
yeah,
And his core has been white centaurs. So now what? And he lost a pandemoniac, if I remember right.
yeah. I mean, he's lost a bunch of stuff. So I don't. I'm really interested to see how Sai thinks about it. I don't think he's dead, but his situation has now become very desperate, whereas before it was much more comfortable. So let's get into this. And I think we'll start with Pangea, just because I'm really interested in that, and we'll come back to
Okay.
Statist.
Okay. Sounds good. So I'm going to read today, right? Yeah, I'll read. So here comes Pan talking to us. Well, that went poorly. Ultimately, the battle didn't boil down to any one spell or tactic, but just Vanheim having vastly more stuff at the fight, which he had partly by having more stuff in general and needed to build up for only one fight, and partly because I didn't see his god or respect the range at which a white mage with nature boots can move. Interesting point. My expectation was that his god would be used as a gateway vessel, and that as a result, I'd see the boy radiating power, wherever he teleported in with a bajillion Einheirs. Said heavy infantry lads are quite slow. Instead, he used it to lead elves at elven speed, and regular phase moved into the province from beyond its periphery, meaning that the actual fight occurred without having had a chance to scout what he was bringing. Q, 81 dead white centaurs. And
Yeah.
as you said, 81 dead white centaurs. So let's just rough out his temples. He probably has a good whack of temples, but some of them might have been burnt. So 8 white centaurs is one turn's worth of recruitment, I would think. Maybe 9.
Yeah.
So that's 10 turns, roughly, of white centaur cap only recruitment. That's painful.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that Pangea at this phase in the game would be able to stomach. It's just it's on the back of him losing most of the rest of them. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
going to need the gateway and the cats. Cataphracts.
Yeah.
That's what he means by cats. That I've been building up to beat Ind, and regular move down the pans, so Ind once again gets to get away with being weaker by virtue of not being able to be a focus. Maybe I'll kill the army that he used to kill Agartha when it moves north. Who could say? Otherwise, so just a note here, he's not going to make peace with Ind. Gosh, I don't get
Yeah.
it.
Well, I think he actually I mean, I think it's great for End to make peace with him in general. However, he has lost so much in this past fight that the battle report got shared, right? And a lot of the people have been sharing a lot of the battle reports. We're not like, we have a better purview probably as casters, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows most of the White Centaur are dead. So it's going to be very hard for him to negotiate peace now.
Yeah, I think at this point in time, people probably have scouts all over the place, and somebody will have seen that fight. Okay, I'll keep reading. Otherwise, I need to consolidate again to once again locally have a better army. Good point. Which may no longer be possible at all. It is possible that we see the rare seeding of a cap to try to take it back later. Ooh, ouch. Oh my gosh. But that more or less never actually works. No, it does not. I mean, losing your cap and then try to take it back later. Oh, that's just brutal.
Yeah.
I know I have used scorched earth and burnt my cap to the ground. But that more or less says I've decided to lose.
Yeah.
Still, the way I'm wired is to always try to beat the other player. And if I test the fight and truly can't win, I'll gateway sneak out of the cap and try to find a better fight with another piece of tech. And also assassins. Okay. Yep. Okay, good.
All that makes sense, I think.
But he's totally on his back foot. He is.
No, yeah. I mean, we can see signs in his message of desperation, like, which may no longer be possible at all. So there's a few things that, I mean, are good to see inside his message. Like, he knows how desperate of a situation he's in, and he's doing everything he can to fix it. So he's recognized the consequence of losing this fight, and the consequence of losing this fight is he's going to have to abandon everything up here, and End is going to get it all for free. And that's because he's going to need, you can see he's moved all the cataphracts to this province. His god's probably here. I don't know if we can see it.
Nah, we should see it if it's there.
I mean, we should, but okay, no, the Frostfather's still home, but he's got somebody, maybe it's an Astral 3 mage or something. He's got something that's going to gateway all these cataphracts down here, and then they're going to get to have the final fight.
Right.
Now, a lesser player might try to say, okay, well, we're going to, if I don't pull these guys, then, if I do pull these guys, then I'm going to give up all my stuff over here, and I can't do that. But then the game's over. If you don't bring the cataphracts, you have no chance of holding this. So.
All right. One more message. Something I find interesting is that Kris has an extremely commendable diplomatic habit of straight up not replying whatsoever to messages from me if I haven't just destroyed him. Do you have an interpretation of what he's saying there?
Yeah, I mean, Sai's probably saying, hey, why don't we get out of this or something? Or, or even just being friendly, to open up the communication lines, Okay. And he's saying, Kris just doesn't reply.
Yeah.
Why talk to somebody you're going to kill? Because I am not like that, by the way. I am very happy to talk to people while we're fighting.
Yeah, me too, generally. But
I mean, too, if I want to stay in a war, I will sometimes offer terms that I think the other player won't take. And this is, by the way, pretty common in history, too. Hitler actually did this a ton. He would offer terms that he didn't think the other side would take. And what ended up happening a lot was they would be desperate enough or realize how bad their situation was. They would end up taking them, and then he'd be like, okay, well, I guess we're not going to fight then. But then he would usually double back on his deal and cheat and take the full thing anyway. So, But
Yeah,
and I
the
don't do
infamous,
that.
the infamous Czechoslovakian.
Right.
What was that one called? Anyways, there's a name for when he threatened Checo, and the English went, okay, whatever, and they gave it up.
But, I think it's worth pointing out. I mean, it is very rarely the case, in my humble opinion, that you have to be completely invested in another player's destruction. I mean, sometimes it is, like when you have their cap and they want it back. But, a lot of times there's room to negotiate, like, especially if it's a really good player. There's a lot of leverage they have in negotiating, even if they're losing a war, because they could easily do another stack wipe to you if they string enough glue and duct tape together, and then you even if maybe you came out a couple more provinces ahead than you would have otherwise in the war, you've lost a huge stack. So,
well, and let's face it, this is the top end of the tournament. The goal here is to get enough thrones to win or kill everybody. So sometimes after you've got somebody so far on the back foot, give them a chance to say, I'm done, and go eat somebody easier.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never played with Sai before, so I don't know his diplomacy style. I mean, he seems like a little light on diplomacy, in that he's happy to fight these coalition wars, which I usually try to avoid, but sometimes there's room for other kind of interesting diplomatic things to evolve in the course of a negotiation. Like, I'll make peace with you, or Vanheim may say, I'll make peace, but I'm going to need, like a large gym concession, right? And he can maybe use that to control a global. Or I'm going to need, you to attack this player or something, like there's... And I haven't even begun to think about all the different things he might ask. But there's usually, in my opinion, I guess this is my thing, and I'll stop rambling after this. But a lot of times there are, you may think I'm going to offer some terms for peace that are unreasonable, but they would be acceptable to me. But I think they're unreasonable. Like, if I were the other player, I wouldn't take them. Well, you don't necessarily know the other player's mind. They may be willing to take it. So, if you offer terms and then they say no, then you are both reasonable and the war will continue.
Well, so, I think
my dogs are...
To me... Oh, your dogs are going crazy.
Yeah, 1 second. You keep talking.
Yeah.
But...
Well, I was going to say, I mean, one of the key things here is the death of Pan good for Vanheim? And I'm not quite sure right now. It's probably good for Vanheim to take Pan's cap. But beyond that, the end of Vanheim, or the end of Pan as a defensive, hold back some of the others, isn't necessarily good for Vanheim. Vanheim took some heavy losses.
Yeah.
He needs to do some additional rebuilding. So wiping out Pan, he might get all that land, but can he hold it? It's stretched. It's a little complicated.
Yep.
So it might be best to just take a peace agreement with the buy-off. I mean, if Pan was to offer a ton of gems, I'd probably say, oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. If I can turn those gems into combat power. If I can't, then not so good. But okay, I'll finish reading.
Yeah.
Why listen to the person you're conquering? Well, right there, because sometimes conquering him is not the winning move.
Yeah.
The one shot I had at peace was if I could have maybe talked him into invading Ind right after I killed his god. I assume he means Ind. Oh, no.
That thug army.
And that 400 gems.
Yeah.
But at that point, I thought I'd be able to get the silver throne back first. And we know that failed.
Yeah.
I still want silver throne back, of course, but I suspect that it won't happen unless someone else invades Vanheim.
Yeah.
Well, the trouble is Vanheim has, to the best of what we can see, secure borders on all. Here, I'm waving my hand.
Yeah.
I'm waving my hand in a southwest kind of direction. Van has no other threats.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he's got peace with everybody, which is amazing
Yeah,
because I think he
exactly.
borders everybody too.
Yeah,
So,
but nobody's bugging him,
yeah.
so he can focus.
Does he?
So
Yeah, he even has a
whereas
border with the bats.
Pan's fighting everybody on his edge except Pelagia.
Right.
Pelagia has not made any moves on Pan.
Oh, we don't get a message from Vanheim. It would have been kind of fun to listen to him gloat some.
But let's kind of walk over, if you don't mind, walk over the various Pan fights.
Yeah, let's do that. So we had a thug here coming in. See what the kid on him is. Interesting, a super high defense thug.
That's expensive, but good.
I wonder if he ends up taking a bunch of damage from getting repelled. 26. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah. Done like.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's good. It's good.
So, yeah, kills that. Vanheim attacking Pangea. So, I think what happened here is Pangea had raided. Oh, there's no PD. Wait, what it...
Well, he's on top of a fort there, right? Was that not the
I wonder
one
if
you
this
were
was
looking?
magic phase in Ashdod. Yeah, this was a magic phase. So,
Oh, yes.
And Pan didn't bother putting any PD here, which is kind of what I was confused about. But yeah, so this is interesting. We actually get... This was, by the way, 100% calculated by Vanheim. You know, they chose this fight in the magic phase, and they knew what would be here. And so there's a Vine Whip, a Serpent Crest, and a Ring of the Warrior.
And it fails.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's planning on mostly sniping the commander. But here the commander's in front, actually.
Ah.
Armor of Achilles, huh? Yeah.
Oh.
Broken, damaged. Look at that. I didn't actually know it showed up here. How about that? And I mean, these guys have some pretty fierce attack. 16.
And his misform broke like the first hit.
19. Yeah. Okay, and these guys died just from getting hit by the Serpent Kris. But yeah.
Still, yeah, that was
not worth it.
Not particularly effective.
And then this one guy and his buddy who survived end up raiding and taking out this Pete. That's a little crazy. Come on. I guess he's got it's an Earth Mage. Oh, he doesn't do Iron Skin though. He's just doing Earth Grip on advancing cast, and the Centaur's killing everything. Oh my god.
Interesting.
On my luck, this guy would have gotten poked full of arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Battle here. I think we saw that one. A Pangean Van Jarl coming through. And then we've got...
Well, we're going to have to look at the Pan versus Ulm here fairly soon as well.
Yeah. Problem... Oh my god, this guy's fully kitted. Oh my god.
Oh.
That's a great sort of sharpness thug. So...
Oh.
He just chews through all that, yeah.
Good grief. That's a lot of gear.
Let's look at it again. I want to see what... I wonder if there was, much counterplay here. So this guy had a water bottle.
But
20 defense.
The van just jumped past the water bottle.
And he had tempered flesh on. Damn. And 20 attack. And, okay. He doesn't go berserk, though. I wonder if he got...
Whoa.
Yeah, he got repelled, I think, is what actually happened.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this was a 0. 1 second, let me go up here. Oh, wait, what is it? Plus, minus, 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 minus. Hierophant missed. Missed.
Missed.
Okay, so it's...
Target got mute.
Yeah. To miss, though, I believe the miss check is after... Yeah, so he's pushing... He's not getting repelled. He's losing part of the repel check. Then he's passing the morale part of the repel check. And then... So he's not getting repelled. And then... he's missing against the high defense. Right. Which... I think what that means is there's probably worlds where this Pangea Hierophant kills this thug, because it's just got to get lucky and get through this defense a couple times. But I guess but Mistform's not going to matter with this. Yeah,
no.
It's pretty risky, but probably worth it, because like if you look at the gem investment, this is 10 gems and 5 blood slaves versus like 30 gems and 5 blood slaves. So if it works 50% of the time, it's probably worth it for Vanheim to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, that played off well for Van.
Yeah.
Until the mob showed up.
Yeah. Battle here.
Note the white mage in that one.
Yeah, let's take a look. Is that the Frostfather, maybe? I don't think so.
No, it's a white mage.
Yeah, but that's from Twiceborn. So.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yes.
This must be. Oh, this is Advantage Rot, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh golly.
Okay. So the big army moved in here. Now Vanheim had done some heavy raiding here. He's got. Oh my God, he's got these.
Ooh.
I mean, this is probably another. This is a 10 gem item. So 5, 15, 25. 35, 40, 45 gems. And then so 55, 60,
30-ish.
70, 75 total on all these guys. But here we go. Okay, we have the harpies jumping in the back. And
that's a lot of pandemoniacs. Holy crap.
Yeah. Well, he was blood hunting here. Which is probably why Vanheim sent a reasonably high commitment thug force, because it's not going to be easy to kill these blood hunters. You know.
No.
The problem though is there's a bunch of goddamn mages here, and they're all spamming charm.
Yep.
I don't know what kind of MR they're rocking. Not a ton. 2218.
No,
I mean, that's not
the 22's. One gone.
One gone.
There's one.
Oh yeah, my
2.
God.
Look at that. 2 charmed Van Jarls. Fully geared.
-2, fully geared. Plus 100 gems for Pangea. These are the kind of things he needs. He needs that badly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a mistake that hurts. What's he patrolling here with? We don't... Pan's not revealing all of his cards. I wonder how much was on this Van Jarl he sent on top of Pan's cap. Just a Frostbrand. So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bunch of Dryads here in Centaur Cataphracts. How much PD did he put here? Not much. So, okay, it's interesting. I think... How many... 14 white centaur.
Oh, God.
So... I think Pangea has to basically cede both these provinces this turn, because this Vanheim stack's going to move through them. You know, maybe he gym baits them or something, but...
Yeah.
And then he's going to probably have to prepare for a cap defense, but I'm starting to see, you know, I mean, there's it looks like there's some white centaur here still, maybe like 15, 20. He's got 10 here. So there's not going to be another white centaur army. But, 40 white centaur in an army can do some work. If he can get, 80 cataphracts over here to join in the battle. So you have to imagine, Pangea now with, let's say, 110 cataphracts. And cataphracts, by the way, have super nice protection. Where are we? Pangea. Yeah, 19 protection. So you have to imagine those guys, like 100 of them, and then 40, maybe 40 white centaurs, what we'd be expecting. Can Vanheim kill it? I think the thing is Vanheim should have fog warriors for the next big fight.
Well, he told us he would have fog warriors about 2 turns ago.
Yeah.
And he's got wailing winds, of course. We already know that.
Yeah.
So then, any damage he could do has a tendency to break morale, send a squad running. Once it runs, that's over.
Yeah.
So the Maenads will berserk, but they're easy to kill.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, the cataphracts will run to Wailing Winds, whereas the White Centaur kind of won't.
Exactly. This is a tough matchup. How many Einheirs?
So we'll see. I don't think this is like a trivial thing for Vanheim to come in. Like, I don't think this army just walks in here and takes Pangea's cap.
No, not at all. I agree with you.
But I don't know if Pangea is going to have the tools to kill this. I don't know.
How many storm demons does... I see storm demons there. How many storm demons?
10.
10.
Which is significant. No. I mean, that's not a ton, but that's going to be a lot of dead cataphracts, for example.
Yeah, they hit hard.
Okay.
He can probably toss up some lightning resist if he's got the earth gems to burn.
Yeah. Okay. So that's that front of the war. I don't... Oh.
Well, I just was curious about the Ulmish. Oh.
So Ulm has moved on. We'll just take a look at this army. This was his pretty low commitment stack that had just basically been hanging out. And I assume that this most recent win by Vanheim has inspired them to take offensive action, thinking, hey, maybe he's pulled most of the mages from this throne.
And now he's sieging that throne.
Yeah.
So, and his king. He's got that king of deeper earth.
Yeah. So,
Okay, another interesting point here is Ulm is kind of blocking Ind.
I don't think Ind is going to mind that, really. I mean, they're...
Well, it's just kind of interesting that Ulm's going to get some gains here off Pan against Ind.
Yeah, I think Ind's main front would be attacking through here into Pangea, which is going to be empty once he gateways these cataphracts out. So, and of course, Ind doesn't know that's going to happen, but... Ooh, spicy. Very spicy. Okay. How about we jump to Statist next? You game with that?
Yeah, good.
All right, I'll read this one. Taking a pretty big risk with my god this turn, hoping he can repel guardians. Sadly, I'm averse to testing, but I'm confident he can. Oh boy, that sounds exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's this one. Like, I wonder if it was a magic phase attack. Oh no, it's going to come after the proclamation. So he must have normal phase moved it. Where's Statist?
Is that it?
I don't know. We'll find out.
No, that's just a cheap...
Oh, commander.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Disease guy. Where's his god?
Okay, so this fight, we'll just go through him until we find his god. Just a mastersmith. This is a very like a Ulm light rating party is what this is.
Super light.
And gets beaten. I wonder if this was Foul Vapors again. Because Statist has just been goddamn relentless doing...
Yeah, they're Foul Vapors.
I mean, just been absolutely relentless. His rating here... Here the god is moving out. Let's see. Okay.
There's the god.
So this is a pretty small force. I mean, he's got a few Iron Blizzard casters. Oh, and the Shaman's doing Magic Duel.
Ah.
Who was even here for that? A Black Priest.
He lost 2 Marshmasters.
How does he lose 2 Marshmasters? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know.
Was
Bit
this
of
guy
Iron
scripted the
Blizzard.
Magic Duel? No. Ulm doesn't want to do Magic Duel.
That guy's got a Master Matrix. Did I see that right? That
I'll take a
Ulmish,
look. Why would you Magic Duel with an Astro 1 Marshmaster that's not Twiceborn?
I don't know.
That's totally what happened here. You lost 2. These guys Magic Duel. That is an expensive Magic Duel.
Yeah, very much so.
I mean, God, can you imagine winning a war with attrition on yourself like that? I mean, that's like a terrorist move. That's like saying, I don't even care what happens to me.
Yeah, jump back to Ulm for a sec. Ulm's Magi. Click on that that shaman. So he's got a matrix, but there's nothing here. Is there something here to give him a communion? I don't see anything.
Yeah, he's got a boost of 1, which probably was enough for him to cast Serpent's Blessing. I don't know if he actually...
Okay.
It looks like he got it off. I'm not sure if he did, but... But this guy's got Soul Vortex on him, which, you know, the Guardians do that fatigue damaging hit.
Yeah. So...
But the Soul Vortex deals with that reasonably well. And it's not like he's surrounded by Guardians. There's just the odd one or two.
He just got paralyzed there.
Yeah. But, I mean, look at him. He's got 28 protection.
Yeah. I just mean he's quite killable. What's his MR on the god?
21.
21? That's low.
Oh, I think one of these guys is spamming Stream of Life, though. Okay.
Okay.
So Statist won that. Maybe he needed to do all those Magic Duels because he barely won.
But oh my god, I mean, 3 Marshmasters to kill junk.
Yeah, I think like maybe if we add up all the gold, maybe it's an even trade. Maybe, but you can't really take even trades as your Statist fighting into the superior economy of Ulm.
Yeah. No. He lost 3 Marshmasters and 3 Shaman. He killed 2 Black Priests and 1 Master Smith and a handful of infantry. No, that's not a good trade. Not a good trade.
Yeah.
For Statist. It's not a good trade for Statist.
Yeah. I mean, Ulm isn't going to be like writing messages about, woo, this is awesome. Like, Ulm doesn't really like that either. But, you know, because there was, I guess he didn't even lose the gear on the Shaman, though. But it's not great for either one. It's kind of like a lose-lose. But, you know, Statist is up a bit in land from this conflict. I think they're up some, not a lot.
Well, yeah, but I think the thing is, Ulm has forts that he can jump out of from every location Statist can go. So what exactly can Statist do? He can't siege. He doesn't have the siege power. So he's going to raid, and Ulm's going to go, okay, you know, go ahead and raid. I'll pop out once I get a doom stack, and I'll wipe your...
I mean, I think that's, you know, it's something that has been interesting. Like, we haven't seen from Zibalba, when we looked at the Zibalba Ashdod thing, like the army of Zibalba that was going to kill Ashdod. Like, we didn't see that. And from Statist, we don't see the same thing. Like, where's the army of Statist that's going to go kill Ulm? It's nowhere to be seen.
No. And the cost of that, you know, how many Marshmasters? He has 3 forts, 4 forts. So he can make 4 Marshmasters a turn.
I think they're slow to recruit, right? Or are they not? I can't remember.
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Marshmasters are not, but they're very costly.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah.
So he just lost roughly 1 turn of Marshmaster recruitment, and he's lost lots of them in the past. You know, can he keep this up? And see, look there a little bit to your right. He's got a whole bunch of cheapo infantry here, it looks like. Militias. You know what?
Yeah.
Why would you buy those?
Yeah, I don't know why you would. Because, I mean, you've got the turns and the resources to probably make better stuff. I mean, I'm sure they're just siege chaff, right? So, like, why would you buy them to siege forts faster? But
But how the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, look at those Almish forts. Click on that Almish fort. That's a 750.
This one's 500, I think, but
500. But
yeah,
my God, you need a lot of those militia to siege that down.
I mean, I'm sure he can siege it down. What I don't know, though, is because of the research disadvantage, is if he can win a major fight with a real Almish army.
Right.
That's what remains to be seen. So
I gotta do
we'll have to see.
I gotta do a quick bio break. Keep it going.
Okay. All right, so that's Statist and Ulm. There's actually not too much to watch more than what we've seen. I think we're going to carry forward here and go to the Ashdod-Zibalba conflict. So a message from Ashdod. Shortest battle cry in existence. If you guys wanted drama and a little side war, you've gotten it. New battle cry is Call Our God. If not for Wailing Winds, I'd have just gone to Zibalba's capital. If not for that one spell. I had him these last few turns. Instead, he gets to stack a bunch of archers on his cap, and so now I'm waiting on Arrowfend. In the meantime, so you're about to start coming out 10 at a time from the cap, moving the second Blood 2 in there this turn. I'm storming this fort for a third time. By the grace of God, please please say I take it. Given the terrain, I can't just leave behind... I can't just leave this behind, my army untaken. It'll serve as a new raiding station for my Hashmal as well. This means I'm leaving my Barb PD dump undefended to the east of the fort, RIP 36-ish PD. I seriously considered moving back to catch him from wiping it, as I assume he will do. But this fort has got to be taken. If I lose this fort again, well, then Zibalba and I are just sitting ducks for anyone else watching this farce. That's a good way to say it, I think. So let's move on to...
Not bad at all. I think Ashdod's comment there that, you know, he can't spend forever. Oh, he took it.
At what cost? Let's find out.
Yeah. Is this the one with his god?
He can't move his god in because his god's on... Immobiles can't storm forts. But,
right. But it's critical that he took this fort.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been parked. His god's been parked on top of this fort now for what? 5 turns?
Yeah. That's
painful.
This is going to be hard, though. I mean, he's got... I still want to see him actually use a Sabbath. I mean, he's been using it, but I feel like he can use it better. The thing... You know, this is going to be interesting because he's got a pretty big mage core. A lot of these are going to be astro mages. He's got... Oh, man, I wonder what this is for. Probably elementals, but potentially earthquake.
Curse of Stones?
Ooh, he's got 2 Bane Lords. A very weird spending gems to do, like, the smallest armor upgrade. It goes from 20 to 21 protection for 5 gems.
Well, he might have had that just from a random event. But, okay, so right off the bat, I would be spamming fire elementals because they're ethereal and they'll go through the walls. I would be absolutely spamming them right now. Like, there's a magma child.
Yeah, there's a magma child. I think that's probably from one of the...
Oh, here comes fire elementals.
Yeah.
No, I see fire elementals coming up.
Let's take a look at... I'm I'm trying to find a communion master somewhere over here. Maybe they're over. Oh, maybe it's this guy who's the master. Well, not yet.
No.
This guy? No. The shamans, they're slaves too? Where are the goddamn masters? I don't know. Okay, so 8 communion slaves. Huh. Well, we'll figure out as it goes on. But okay, Wailing Wind's coming out.
Wailing Winds, okay. By the White Mage. Who's got a White Mage? Okay,
oh,
but
it's going to be Zibalba for sure.
Those fire elementals will get through the wall right away.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about them failing the Wailing Winds check. Okay, all of these guys have gone berserk. They aren't just berserk, they have gone berserk. And I don't know, but he may have cast...
Growing Fury?
Yeah,
Growing Fury?
that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, so he's cast Growing Fury.
Yeah, he cast Growing Fury.
So now he's in a bit of a situation. You know, these guys are going to fight literally until they pass out. And there's a bunch of elementals. And, I mean, this is the actual toolkit you need to really punish Xibalba here. Oh, man. And they haven't held the gate. So this is really important.
Yeah.
Zibalba needed enough garbage up here to clutter the gate so that most of the I think it's over now. I don't think there's anything else to see. I mean...
Oh, and air elementals for Ashdod.
Yeah.
You know, they're magi. Yeah, no, this is very much over.
Yeah, you can't let them through the gate. And the thing is, you know, the fire elementals are going to ignore the gate and the walls. I mean, we see how this goes. I kind of want to look at this more. We're kind of watching more Ashdod. I kind of want to see what Zibalba's doing over here.
Okay, yeah. Well...
A bunch of iron skin and point buffing here. I wonder if he's worried about Earthquake.
But did he cast some imps? I don't see a Sabbath. I see some Skelly spam. But, oh, those guys are deeply damaged.
Yeah, this air elemental's already killed a couple mages.
Yeah, it's trashing them right off the bat.
Oh, man, 2 more mages dead.
Is that double howl?
But the amp's coming, yeah.
What about the battle enchants? We got 1 howl, no, Growing Fury, and a howl.
Both owned by Ashdod.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the howl may have been a little instrumental in distracting people for these guys to get through the gate.
Well, howl's not great on Storm, but even so. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this was overwhelming force.
Yeah. That's a lot of fire elementals. You know, it's not a overwhelming number, but they all can walk through the wall. So.
Yeah. And, you know, as we kind of watched this the second time, one of the things I was thinking about was, did he have the Sabbath set up right? The thing is, Sabbaths don't really help you for like the first 3 or 4 turns of battle. They help you as the battle goes long. And I think the main problem, I mean, it may have been there's literally no way to script this. I think, in fact, it was the case. There's no way to script the Zibalban army where it repels this. However, any way that you're going to do that, you have to hold the gate. And jumping into a Sabbath is going to make it harder to hold the gate because it's going to be 1 more turn before you can do anything. And oftentimes it's 2 more turns because a lot of times you have to do reinvigoration after you cast Sabbath Master. So
yeah, exactly. I don't know.
But I mean, very nice. This is one of the things I think that
I'd like to see.
It's something I think about sometimes. Like, you have to do a certain job, you need certain tools. And what happens is when you bring certain tools, even if the other player knows you have those tools, they can't really do anything about it a lot of times. And I think what we saw here is Ashdod just brought the right tools. And with the right tools, he was unresistible.
I don't think Zib does not have any really obvious counters to heavy fire magic. I mean, he's got rain, potentially, but he hasn't got a whole heck of a lot else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't... I mean, the thing is, look how many mages Ashdod brought. There's just a ton of mages over here, and I mean, Zibalba might have had just as many, but he had only mages. So I don't.
Well, he had no front line. A couple of claymen. I mean, that's not significant. Maybe some terracottas, but I don't think he can do terracottas. I don't know. He needed something fire resistant. He hasn't got a lot of earth magic, so
I mean, he's not going to get anything fire resistant that's going to hold up for any length of time against anakites. So I don't know. I mean, this was like Zibalba trying really hard to hold it together with string and duct tape. And I just don't, I mean, the thing is, this was a much better scripted army for the job than Ashdod has brought before. So that's like the surprise factor. But I mean, aside from that, it was just an overwhelming, crushing, manly defeat of Zibalba.
But give Zibalba credit. This is the 5th or 6th turn.
Oh, yeah.
That he has held Ashdod off this fort.
Yeah, one other thing to kind of think about, though, I think is, and I think this is one of the things that separates excellent, like, the best players in the world. It feels weird saying that because it's not like there's millions of people playing it, but...
but it's worldwide.
Right. But the thing that's...
a worldwide tournament.
Yeah. But the thing that separates the best players from like very good players is not making any mistakes. And what we can see here is Ashdod learned. He learned from all the times he didn't take it from Zibalba. And he came back this time with the right tools to just crush this. And with having the right tools, it was a wipe. If he was doing this kind of mage commitment earlier, which I don't think he was, with this kind of elemental spam and growing fury, I think he would have won as decisively earlier, but he just didn't have them. So anyway.
Yeah. He made a number of kind of low commitment attempts to break that siege.
Right.
Or crack that fort.
So now Zibalba has this force, and this is the force that I think it's got a bit less mage commitment. He might have moved some of the mages actually into that fort to help in the defense, because there were a lot more mages in the fort, or in this force before. But this is the force that basically walloped Ashdod earlier. And this is the Barb PD he was talking about losing in his message. So I think the question here is, and we could take a short look at, I mean, this is not as big of a mage court, and a lot of it's these crappy Aits rather than the super nice Cadillac Camazotz or Aits and Ways.
But keep in mind, that army is out in the open.
Ooh.
It is now vulnerable to a...
Yes. To the god coming in. Yeah. And the god has been trapped, but he has been freed. Free our god. It's happened. Oh, that's a good point.
Next turn, I assume, here's my prediction, Ashdod will dump the god right on top, burn all the gems, and move that army and wipe it out.
Yeah. And the best thing Zibalba can do is have his whole army scripted to probably kill the god in the magic phase, and in the normal phase he retreats. So if there's some way he can do that, that would be the best play for him, probably.
But otherwise, that army is ungodly vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's about to get a god dump on it.
Yeah.
See, one of the things Ashdod, Zibalba has been able to move these armies about outside of forts for the last few turns because the god got trapped on top. That's over. That god is now, and every time we've seen Ashdod pull out that glyph, he has smashed the crap out of anything Zib has sent.
Yeah, I mean, some of the really great god killing magic probably isn't online yet for Zibalba, but it is probably pretty possible to mess up the god pretty good, like curse it and then summon imps on it, or like I don't know how the god will do against like 10 casts of imps on turn 1, right, while cursed. Like, will it survive that? Probably not great.
Well, the god might die, but it will burn all the gems, and it will cost, it'll eat a lot of things.
I don't think so. I mean, I think if the imp play works that I just described, which this is all like super low tech, by the way, but like just curse him and summon a ton of imps and then do bloodlust.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
If that works,
right.
and he retreats the army in the normal phase, he doesn't care about the gem burns because he killed the god. But, and actually, yeah, anyway. But who knows? Who knows? But this is an important battle, and Zibalba, I think you're right. Zibalba, if Zibalba tries to hold, there's a few things he could do. He could PD dump and somehow try to have enough gems for both the god combat and the normal one. But he's this is an extremely hard fight. He's in the open, so he's potentially got to fight the god and the army, and he's set up where he's going to have armies combining on top of him.
Right.
So, dangerous. I think we're done with messages. Anything I'm missing? I don't think there's much else. Zibalba getting more raiding stuff caught out here. There's little budget raiding squads that he's sending out.
Those are good.
Yeah,
they're very good.
They're good.
They're very good.
It's just not when they run into this, but...
Yeah, but what's its cost? A Camazot's,
well, it's significant in the way. I mean, it's not a ton, but it's like minus 300 gold. And this also, by the way, qualifies as deep raiding, which means he wouldn't have been able to trace income from it. So it's, in my mind, this one thing I think I'm different than a lot of other players on. There's a lot of players who will do a lot of deep raiding when they're in a defensive position. When I am in a defensive position, sometimes I will do it, but most of the time I won't. Most of the time when I'm in a defensive position, I'm going to be focused on killing armies that are attacking me. But
see, I don't really agree with you. I think deep raiding has a psychological value.
Yeah.
Has a certain amount of, if I deep raid, my opponent might run backwards to go save his territory. Now, it depends on the opponent, but there are opponents which you deep raid and they run backwards.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a thing. I don't think Ashdod's going to do that here. And I mean,
no, I don't think he is either.
Yeah, I mean, Ashdod's done an excellent job dealing with Zibalba and raiding so far. So,
but it's just a generic comment.
Yeah.
That there are players that if you deep raid, they run around like chickens with their head cut off, going, "Oh my god, I got to save my provinces."
Yeah.
I would comment that this is similar to using Bane Venom charms.
Yeah.
Bane Venom charms do not kill worth damn. They're kind of terrible.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
But what they can do is sometimes you use them and it causes your opponent to send massive armies to patrol all over the place to try to catch the Bane Venoms. And so they're not actually attacking you.
Yeah, it can be. Certainly can be. Yeah, so, I mean, I think as with everything in Dominions, it depends. But,
it depends.
But I think maybe the way to frame it is I think Zibalba's in a position where they're going to need every resource they have to stop and ultimately probably turn around this war. But I don't think they have the resources to be bleeding off, but we'll see. Certainly there's scenarios where deep raiding as Zibalba could work and could work really well. And he did stress test Ashdod earlier when he was doing it. I mean, like, I think the deep raiding was stressful for Ashdod at the beginning. I think at this point, it's probably he's not very worried about it.
No, I don't think, I agree with you. I don't think in this specific situation, deep raiding for Zibalba is effective at all.
So anyway, so this, we'll just see what happens next turn, see if there's a big showdown or not. And I think it is time. There's not too much to talk about on the end front.
No.
So I think we'll consider end done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Pangea attacking end. These are just, by the way, little things. Every time I see something like this, I'm like, you know, you probably could have pieced out with end.
I know.
It's just like, against competent players, war is expensive. And I certainly, that is my goal. If I'm in war with somebody, my goal is to make it either to win it quickly or to make it as expensive for them as possible. So anyway, but yeah, there's not too much happening over here. I mean, End did move forward and attack. So, I mean, I guess it's looking like this. You know, what you and I were saying a while ago is that it probably didn't make sense for End to ask for this, but End could probably ask for these. Well, it's looking right now like End is probably going to get, you know, these two provinces as well.
But he lost the throne to Ulm.
Yeah, but
by choosing not to do, well, anyways, they had some diplo about that throne, and now Ulm's going to get it.
Yeah.
I don't think Pan could do diddly about Ulm taking that throne.
Yeah. Oh.
Jotun and Pelagia.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. This is, I think, going to be one of the main events. So this is this fort that Pelagia had this big ass army with the trademark gelatinous cubes.
God, look at that.
Yeah, this is probably like a 400 person army. It's big. And we've got a bunch. We'll just see what's happening off script. Bunch of magma bolts coming out. And those guys are scripted to retreat.
Oh, and
but how would that work? Because I'm pretty sure there's gonna still be an army inside, right? Like, he trapped an army. He did. I don't know why he was retreating some dudes. Huh. So he's got some Rimvedi up at the front. He's got a couple Lamias up at the front with a little bit of Long Dead, and I guess their job is to kind of get in there and clog the gateway. And he's got a huge bundle of mages, which, given what we were talking about, and this is what I want to see if it actually works, kind of like, I don't use clouds a lot, but I'm wondering if this Sulfur Haze that we were thinking because he's got an artillery mage corps, and all of these high HP units grouped together, I think, will be like a big targeting beacon for the AI. It's going to say, drop a bunch of shit right here in the middle on top of this Scrotty. But maybe that doesn't happen. Or maybe, I have no idea, really.
I don't think Jotun has a hope in hell.
Yeah, I think the Jotun has basically a 1 to 2 plays. I mean, obviously, the thing he's going to do is a turbo communion with Skelly spam. He can also maybe add in rigor mortis, right? And then the mages, the artillery can shut down after a time. But, and maybe do wooden warriors, which against Sulfur Haze might be a problem.
Okay, I see a Phoenix power. Did you see that?
Yeah, probably. There's
Phoenix
that's
power.
probably over here, so it's.
So that would be how many archers? You have very few archers, but a Phoenix power suggests he might be doing
He's probably doing incinerator. Because like, look at this dude. This is one of the artillery mages. So
Oh,
it's
good
probably.
God.
Oh no, he's only a fire too. This is a sulfur haze caster, I think.
But
Does it
his
say?
range is
Yeah,
going to be
prepares to
gross.
cast sulfur haze. That's exactly
Yeah,
what it is.
exactly. Oh my gosh.
Okay, and we have I thought I heard storm. No, we
Relief.
have mist and grip of winter.
Grip of winter. Okay.
Relief has been cast by Pelagia though. And he's cast mist, which should help some against these
Well, it
these
will
artillery
reduce
attacks from the mages.
Yeah.
We don't see rigor mortis quite yet. I'm expecting we see that in a turn or so, given that we see Wolven and Grip of Winter already up. Oh my gosh. What is this? Do you know what this effect is?
I don't know. No.
Cold fatigue.
Cold fatigue. What the heck?
I'm guessing that is. Let's take a look.
So he's dumped some sulfur phase onto the dudes on the wall.
Yeah, that's what we see here.
Missed.
I wonder. I forget what the spell's called, but
I see some aim.
okay, we'll keep an eye when there's more of it. These guys are also on fire too. And this might have been, I think they spammed combustion or something. I can't remember.
Okay. Oh, what the heck? Oh, mass flight.
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
And one of the things, too, with doing mass flight, the Turbo Communion, not only will it fail to clog the wall up now, but these guys are often... Oh, and we've got Sulfur Haze. These guys are also gonna default to other spells than skeletons. Yeah.
Right into the middle of the communion.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now Sulfur Haze, I think it does poison damage, but is a fire type or something weird. And maybe it does fatigue damage too. I hardly ever use it because I barely ever play nations that have that path.
Yeah, but if you don't have the range boost, it's not very good.
Yeah.
But look at those wave warriors in the back. I mean, he can't run.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's a fort battle, so if he runs, he's dead. But yeah. Some gelatinous cubes coming down, starting to trample.
Oh, hang on. That hit pause there. You see that Scratty right in the middle of the screen?
Yeah.
Just took 11 poison damage.
That's a lot.
Yeah, brutal.
Or was that his regen maybe, or the... Oh no, you...
No, yeah, see, he took it again. The sulfur haze is doing poison.
Yeah.
They're on fire. There's dudes all around the back. Oh.
I think the mage artillery helped here, but honestly, I think most of it is that he's basically got attacked by mass flight fog warriors dudes.
The mass flight.
It's a mass flight and fog warriors.
It's just brutal.
The artillery mage stuff was just a nice flourish, which I mean it was an effective flourish, right? Because it's very good against like a big death ball of stuff where they're all clumped together. But the thing that without a doubt did most of the heavy lifting was the mass flight and fog warriors on his dudes.
Yeah, absolutely. No question. I'm with you there. Oh, Jotun.
So here's the question for you, Maryland. How much of Pelagia's army do you think he lost?
About 3%.
Okay, so it's 400 dudes. So
No, I mean his whole army. Did you mean in this specific fight?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'd say 20.
Okay, 50. So, but it was ghouls of the units that might have mattered even a little bit. Yeah, it was about 20. So.
Yeah. He lost one mage, one
Oy.
conqueror. Wow. 13. What was that? Show that again. Other one.
Yeah, 13 Gaijas.
Gaijas.
Only had one Scrotty. Oh, a Scrotty and a werewolf.
One werewolf. Oh. For the cost of roughly a whole bunch of ghouls. That's about all he killed. He killed some ghouls.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was brutal. I mean, Fogware is hell of a drug. Now, what I'm wondering, and what I don't see, is where did the Jotun army go? Oh my god, he went on top of this. Oh my god, he did it.
Oh, no.
I mean, I think this is giving up his capital.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has to be able to take this in what will almost certainly be high Pelagia Dominion.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
With a Pelagia god supporting it is my guess, plus other things. I don't... And Pelagia... I mean, Pelagia has a turn to react, too, because he hasn't popped it yet. Oh, man, Pelagia saw this coming. They cast Iron Walls on this. Wow. That's a Jedi move. I wouldn't... If I saw this Jotun army here, I would not think it would have come on top of this fort. But Pelagia assumed that was the play, which is strange to me, because I would have never assumed it. I would have assumed this army would have come and defended the cap or something. But he's gone and dropped Iron Walls on it. What a genius. What a goddamn genius.
Well, on the other hand, he might have the gems to Iron Wall every fort.
Well, I mean, who wants to do that?
A land fort. Well, land fort, he only has one land fort.
Yeah.
Now he has two. But prior, he only had one. So...
I mean, this army could come back here and fight this, but I don't even think that's the play. I think it just walks over here and sits on top of the cap. Now, the thing is, it can move. It's actually not between this army and the cap, because it would have to move here. Meanwhile, this Jotun army could move back, and then they get a fight. You know, the problem with this is this Jotun... Both these armies are going to be exposed to magic phase attacks.
As soon as they move off of... Well, no, we can't magic phase onto the ones in the fort, because his magic phase will go inside.
But I mean, to have a fight on Jotun's capital, they're going to have to walk through here and here where they're going to get...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They have to meet the Kraken.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Pirates, Caribbean kind of thing.
Oy, okay. Well, that was entertaining. I think we've been through all the nations now.
I think so.
All right, closing thoughts, Maryland?
Pelagia is in a stunningly good position. Like, oh my gosh. Pan is in deep doo-doo. Ulm is still a bit of my sleeper. I think Ulm has major potential. Statist has got very little left.
Yeah.
And Ind is behind the 8 ball. The Ashdod Zibalba war has been expensive for both. So top nations right now, Van, Pelagia, and Ulm. Those are my 3 top predictions.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, I think those are probably the top spots too. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Marilyn, for joining me once again.
You're most welcome.
And we'll see you all next time.
Take care.